औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। शुरू करते हैं अल्लाह के बाबरकत नाम से जो बड़ा गफूर रहीम है। इन द नेम ऑफ अल्लाह मोस्ट मर्सीफुल मोस्ट बेनिफिशियल। अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाज़रीन, हस्बे वादा आपके सामने एक बार फिर हाजिर हैं नए टॉपिक के साथ, नए मेहमानों के साथ। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है इंश्योरेंस और उसके साथ साथ रिटायरमेंट प्लान के हवाले से हम बात करेंगे। उसके लिए हमने जहमत दी है हमारे मेहमानों को, अस्मा अली जो प्रेसिडेंट अल्फ़ा इंश्योरेंस सॉल्यूशन की हैं और फ़र्रुख रहमान जो सीनियर एसोसिएट हैं इंडिपेंडेंट एजेंसी अलायंस। आइए हम अपने मेहमानों को खुशामदीद कहते हैं। अस्सलाम वालेकुम अस्मा, कैसी हैं? और फ़र्रुख कैसे हैं आप? माशाल्लाह। So thank you so much for taking your time from your busy schedule to be in our show. So I guess you already know the concept of this program. We're trying to reinvest our experience, our knowledges, difficulties and challenges that we faced while we are in the United States. So I'll begin with you, Asma. कैसी आप? ठीक ठाक हैं? ठीक है. So आप ये करें कि हमारे audience को tell us about yourself. You can include your background from India, your background here, your education, your work experience. Tell us about yourself.
I come from India, and it's almost 2 decades that I've been here in the US. और यहाँ आने के बाद मुझे एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली, इंश्योरेंस में इंट्रोड्यूस हुई हूँ एंड आई वर्कड फॉर दैट एजेंसी फॉर ऑलमोस्ट अ डेकेड एंड आई गेन इनफ एक्सपीरियंस। वहाँ पर बहुत अच्छी ट्रेनिंग मिली है मुझे। फिर उन लोगों ने वो इंश्योरेंस एजेंसी बेच कर दे मूव टू द वेस्ट एंड दैट्स व्हेन आई सॉ दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर माई सेल्फ कि आई हैड इनफ एक्सपीरियंस एंड विद द एनकरेजमेंट ऑफ सम क्लोज फ्रेंड्स.
Okay, well, mashallah. So you have more than 10 years of experience in insurance, right?
Yes.
So आप ये बताइए कि I know from the fact, because I'm also a licensed producer myself, so I know it's a long process to be even in the business, right?
Yes.
आप अपने एक्सपीरियंस में बताइए कि जब आपने ये सोचा कि मुझे इंश्योरेंस का बिजनेस ही करना है, तो उसमें ज़ाहिर एक प्रोसेस है इलिनॉय में लाइसेंस लेने का। ज़रा हमारे व्यूअर्स को बताएं कि
So initially you have to get your pre-licensing from the state of Illinois. You have to get into some two-day classes. Attend करनी होती है, classroom होती है, and then open book exam होता है. After that you have to attend the state exam. State exam 70% passing होती है. Once you clear that exam, you get your license.
Your license.
But I think only getting the license is not enough. You need an experience.
Right.
There are so many different coverages, so many different exposures. जितने businesses है उस हिसाब से coverages भी होती है. So you need to have enough knowledge कि आपको पता चले कि this business requires this particular type of coverage.
Right. इसमें एक question मैं आपसे ये मालूम करना चाहता हूँ कि being a realtor, once you get your license, you had to work for a company for 2 years.
Right.
Is that the same requirement in insurance?
No, but then in order to sell, you need, when you are talking to someone, you need to have the insurance lingo. Every business has its own lingo.
Okay.
You need to know the terms, the coverages, and people need to trust in you to even give them their business to you.
Okay.
It's like एक trust होता है, उनकी property आप insure कर रहे हो.
Okay.
So are you covering them properly? सही से coverages दे रहे हो या नहीं?
Okay.
जब तक वो trust उनको नहीं आएगा, they will never give you that business.
Right. It's not that easy. I know that. So ये बताइए कि now that you are licensed and license भी कई तरह के होते हैं ना insurance में, कि you could have a property and casualty. So you have all line of business, or you have?
I have property and casualty. I'm going in for life now.
You are going to have a life insurance. So right now you have a property and casualty. So property and casualty का मतलब ये होता है कि आप home insurance.
Any type of property, any type of building coverage, any type of general liability, professional liabilities, workers' comp, bonds. उसमें काफी होती है lines which I can write.
Residential and commercial both.
Yes, both.
Okay, very good. अब ये इस मद में हमारे पास और बहुत से सवाल हैं आपके लिए, लेकिन मैं चाहूँगा कि मैं फ़रूख साहब की तो तवज्जो दूँ। फ़रूख भाई कैसे हैं आप? ठीक हैं? I know you are a senior associate in Independent Agency Alliance, and obviously you also have a license, right,
yes,
for the insurance. So can you tell our viewer about yourself, your background, your education, your work experience, anything you like to share? And what we like you to do, you've been in this country for how long?
Almost 30 years.
30
Almost too long.
Right. So tell us, how did you feel when you arrived here 30 years ago? The community was so small, right? So उस वक्त अमेरिका में आपने क्या देखा? अब क्या देख रहे हैं? तो just tell us the difference.
You know, but it's been so long, I completely forgot. But it was, yeah, it's a different experience when you
Okay.
come from there. Especially, I came when I was like, not this old.
Okay.
I was 26 when I came, and I came after my education, so I didn't work in India like I worked here.
Okay.
And since I came, um, I'm into consulting pretty much, like business consulting and
So besides
retail consulting.
besides your license, you also do business consulting.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. So how did you find so far your experience?
Very good. It's very interesting. I mean, I did different businesses,
Okay.
and so it was altogether was a very good experience.
Okay.
But insurance is something that I'm passionate about,
Okay.
not because it's a vast field, but it's helping people. Like it's a big crisis here.
Okay.
That's why I'm passionate about it.
Okay. So you have insurance license. Is that just for one line of business? You also like Smiley has a PNC, property
No, I do
casualty.
not have that.
So tell us about your.
I'm licensed in life and annuities, so
Okay.
I do life insurance. But life insurance now is not like before.
Okay.
It has evolved. So life insurance now has everything in it. Like
Okay.
you have retirement planning,
Okay.
you have kids education, you have income protection,
Okay.
living benefits, and then also like death benefits.
Okay.
So it's a different field now than it was years ago.
Okay. Okay. So if someone comes to you that I'm interested in my retirement plan,
Yes.
how does the process begin? Can you tell us?
I would sit down with them and analyze their, what their goals are, what they're looking for retirement income,
Okay.
how old they are, if they're healthy, and all those things comes into play.
Okay.
And then I will run few illustrations and see what makes sense to them, and then that's how we start.
Okay. Okay. So there's a criteria factor or qualifying factor, or is anybody's
There's a lot
qualifying?
of qualifying factors.
Okay.
Basically, the biggest one is like your age,
Okay. Okay.
your health, and your ability to fund that program.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I just want to ask you one important question because I like to hear myself
Sure.
what is your answer would be. What are the fiduciary standards? Do you know anything that you can tell us?
Sure. Fiduciary standards are pretty much same in most of the profession, pretty much.
Okay.
So what this basically means is you're putting client's interest first before yours.
Okay.
That's a very brief,
Okay.
but in the insurance industry, it's very regulated industry.
Uh-huh.
So just like Smart would agree with me, that
Okay.
you have to be very careful when you're writing any policy. It doesn't matter if it's a
Smaller stuff,
Smaller
like
big,
auto policies.
Okay.
car or life,
Yeah.
basically.
So it does apply to either field, right?
Yes.
Whether it doesn't matter what type of insurance you can.
It does
Okay.
apply to most of the regulated industries.
Okay. So I'll get back with you,
Sure.
Farooq. There are a lot more that we need to learn from you. Like मैं आपसे मैं कुछ सवाल और करना चाह रहा था कि जब आप यहाँ पर आई तो ये बताइए कि इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री how do you define what is so significant of this industry?
यहाँ पर US में insurance is, I believe, you cannot think of starting any business, buying any property. You need insurance. You cannot drive your car.
Okay.
आप नई कार खरीदने जाते हो, dealer will not give you the car unless you have your insurance first.
Okay. Okay.
So, and again, insurance is not like you're going and buying grocery or furniture. You're
Okay.
buying a promise.
Okay.
And the promise being that the carrier, if there is a loss, the carrier will again
Yeah.
put you back into business.
Okay.
It's a peace of mind every insured will have
Yeah.
once they have this insurance.
Now again, it's a lifetime investment.
Yeah. It's like an intangible product
Okay.
like, that you're buying. You don't see the value immediately,
Right.
but when there is a claim, then you realize its value.
Right. Plus, it's also important because if you're buying a property,
Yes,
as a
lenders
business,
will not.
it's a lifetime, one-time investment, and you make sure it's secure.
Right.
Okay.
You can sleep well when you have insurance. You know your property is insured. कुछ हो खुदा न खासा like fire हो रही है, and these days weather related losses इतने हैं,
Yeah.
so you know your property is insured.
So how do you see, in my experience and the things that I have observed, there's so much competition, people trying to get the clients and offer different rates. So how do you compete that in the market? Is that something that's very challengeable for you?
It is challenging in today's market because there are so many companies and every agent has the same carriers. Premiums they'll always be the same.
Okay.
For if it's the same type of risk, सारे agents वही premiums देंगे. It's the type of service that you are giving.
Okay.
That is different.
Okay.
So it's mainly customers are looking for personal service.
Okay. So do you provide personal service, for example?
I'm known for that.
Okay, you're known for that. Well, that's good to know, right? Because when there is a claim,
yes,
a lot of insurance companies sort of giving clients a run around, and the only person they think about is insurance agent.
We are their first line of response, right? Because they know us. They have not seen the company.
Okay.
They trust us when they're giving their business or their property.
Okay.
So they हमसे ही बस बात करते, right? They are only calling us. They have not seen the company. They don't know who the company we are giving them. एक trust है.
Achha.
So if there is a claim and if we are not responding, or if the agent just says,
okay,
he's not concerned.
That's really is a leading question for me again for you is how do you really determine what are the people's criteria, the insurance policy? आप कैसे determine करती हैं कौन सी policy किसके लिए मुनासिब है और कौन सी company will be the most suitable?
When you're talking to the person over the phone या आप meet करते हैं किसी से, you get to know with their body language, are they looking for premium savings or are they more coverage oriented? Okay. They want, coverage is अच्छी हो.
Okay.
And the company अच्छी हो, company की financial strength अच्छी हो कि अगर कल को claim आता है, the company is able to pay the claim.
Okay.
So you get to know about the person. कुछ clients इस तरह होते हैं कि बस premium save करना है उनको.
अच्छा.
They want to save on premiums only.
Okay.
So there, you know what company, then that's where you decide. And then what risk hai, retail hai. There are so many factors that go.
Okay.
And then as an agent and then being experienced in this profession, you know where to place the client.
Okay, very good. Well, Farugba, the question for you now is to, the license. How do you maintain your license? Is there a requirement for continuing education and stuff like? Can you tell us about?
Sure, it's valid for 2 years.
Okay.
Every 2 years you have to go through the continuing education, and then you have to renew your license every 2 years.
It's the same even for property casualty.
Okay. So how do you approach your clients? Do they really come to you, or you are making? How does it work?
Unlike Asma's business, mine is totally opposite.
Okay.
That's the last thing in their mind is the life insurance.
Okay.
Because there's no penalty for it.
Okay.
They won't realize until it actually happens.
I see.
And they go through something, then they realize it's not important.
Okay.
But clients doesn't come to me, basically.
Okay.
So what we do, we teach, we do educate people. We have seminars, classes every week in our office.
You do that?
Yes, we do.
Okay, very good.
We bring people and we educate them about the retirement problems they're going to have, the living benefits, the income protection, and kids' education. Okay. And plus death benefit. If something happens to you, what is going to happen to your family?
Right.
If you have a house, if you have other things, who's going to take care of it? So that's what we do on a continuous basis.
You get a good response for that?
Okay. Alhamdulillah, yes. Yeah. In our community, it's not as much as I wanted to.
Okay.
But from other people.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you reach? What are your means of communication with your community? How do you reach out to them so they know?
I just when I go to any events, I talk about it. We put our flyers and stuff and talk to people and all kinds of those activities.
And these are weekly classes that you workshop that you conduct? Or
yes, weekly workshop.
And you talk about retirement plans?
Everything related to their finances and stuff. Yeah.
Now, did I hear you? You said you have a life insurance license and annuities, right?
Yes. But
nothing for health insurance?
No, I don't. I just want to concentrate on this.
Okay.
Because this is a big crisis.
Right, because health insurance is also very important insurance, right?
Yes.
People don't have a health insurance, it's not affordable. So, keeping a word affordable in mind, Asma, how do you make this affordable for clients, any insurance policy?
We can only, affordable is like, I don't think that's the right, you're not looking for affordability in insurance coverage, because when there are claims,
Okay.
that's when that, if
Okay.
the coverages are not proper
Okay.
and it's not covered, if the policy is excluded of that coverage, that's when it really hurts the client.
I see.
It's only a couple of $100 that makes a difference in coverages.
Okay.
But people want to save, here and there, remove this coverage, remove that coverage.
Okay.
But it really hits when that same, you're hit by that same claim.
I see. Well, hold your thoughts, and Farooq, I will have more questions for you. But right now we have to take a short break. Sure. Stay tuned. I will be right back after the short break. Thank you. वेलकम बैक नाजरीन, आइए हम अपने मेहमान से कुछ और सवालात करते हैं इंश्योरेंस के हवाले से। तो फरूक भाई, आपसे बात हो रही थी, मैं चाह रहा था कि हमारे नाजरीन को आप रिटायरमेंट प्लान बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। आई डोंट थिंक पीपल डू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इज नीड। ठीक है, तो आप ज़रा तफसील से रिटायरमेंट प्लान के बारे में बताइए कि व्हाट डज इट मीन इन योर वर्ड्स।
In my opinion, retirement is the most important thing, because people don't realize until it actually hits you. Like when you go to a certain age, then you're unable to work. वो टाइम में आपको समझ आता है कि भैया मैंने तो कोई प्लान ही नहीं किया, तो it's too late at that time. So
वो रिटायरमेंट एज क्या है?
Retirement age here is like now it's 67.
Okay.
In US.
Okay.
But I think they increased more. Now it's like more like 69 or something like that. I'm sorry, I'm not exactly sure about the number.
65 and above.
65 and above, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
लेकिन उसके साथ ये भी आप बताइए हमारे नाजरीन को कि there are some cases, individuals who are retired as a disability retirement prior to 65. Would they qualify for your retirement plan? Or no?
Yes. So मैं जब आपको living benefits के बारे में बता रहा था, so same thing. When you have a life insurance, like years ago, when people still have that same concept about life insurance. Okay. So आप जब आपका इंतकाल हो गया, तभी आपको आपकी family को पैसे मिलेंगे. Now, like I said, now insurance company has more evolved. They have new products. So now, let's say if you have any illnesses, any terminal or critical or that type of illness like stroke ho gaya, cancer ho gaya, you can actually have 90% of the face value of the policy up front. You can have that.
Right.
This way you don't have to depend on somebody when you're sick.
Okay.
So this is a big part now. This is a big change.
So are you saying that within the retirement plan also cover life policy?
That's the same policy that covers the living benefits.
Okay, so let's talk about the life insurance. Okay?
Yes.
There are so many different types of life insurance. We can start with the 10-year term policy, different term, 2010, 2030. You have a universal life policy. You also have a whole life policy.
Yes.
Why don't you just give us some idea?
So I'll give you a brief about all the three ones that you mentioned. Term is like, it's a term. Like it's a 5-year term, 10-year term, 15 or 20.
Okay.
When that term's over, you no more cover.
Right.
And all the money, the premiums that you paid, that's gone.
Okay.
So that's term.
Okay.
Problem with the term is, let's say you get it at the age of 50.
Okay.
The maximum you can get is 20-year term. That means it only covers you until 70.
Okay.
And when that term is over, you're still alive, mashallah, kuch nahi hua.
Well, not necessarily 20 years. So there are companies offer you more than 20 years.
It
It has to depend on the age of the person.
I see.
You can, yeah, if you're younger, yeah, you can go up to 30.
I see.
But
Okay.
when you're older, then you
It depends on the
restricted.
age, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So problem when you go at the 70 years and you try to buy an insurance, you cannot buy it
Okay.
because either you won't get it or it's too high.
I see.
And chances are you might be not that healthy at that time. So now it's getting more difficult.
Okay.
Whole life is good. The only issue with the whole life is they work on a very the market they invest the money in is your investment.
Okay.
That goes into stock market, and that's kind of risky. So you might not make as much money.
Okay.
Universal life is the best one, which I
Okay.
love a lot because that's how I teach people.
Okay.
With the universal life, if you put funding that policy for your retirement as far as your death benefit, and also for your kids' education or whatnot, living benefits.
Is that something build cash value as well?
It does,
Okay.
and that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
The cash value that builds in, when the market goes up, you make money.
Mhm.
When the market crashes, you don't lose nothing.
I see.
So you're only cashing on the upside. You're not losing anything when the market goes bad.
Okay. Well, there is something between the universal life and whole life.
Mhm.
Is universal life has a maturity date.
Yes.
It mature like at the age of 95, for example.
Yes.
But whole life doesn't. Is that true?
No, they're about the both same. So it's all depend how many years you want to fund it.
Right.
Let's say you have an income, you say, I don't want to stop funding it.
Okay.
Let's keep putting the money. You
Gotcha.
can do that on either one.
Okay.
So it's pretty much works the same. So it's
Okay. There are some more questions about this these life policies.
Sure.
But I want to turn back to Asma. Find out about. I have two questions actually. You can tell me about medical liability or malfunction. But then I also have another question that I like to ask about. Most of the community and individuals are very concerned about their homes are in flood zone.
Right.
Okay. So can you tell us about liability insurance?
Sure. For first question about doctors,
Okay.
here in the US, it's very important that all doctors need to have their medical malpractice.
Okay.
Usually they are covered with ISME.
Mhm.
All the doctors are usually covered with ISME, but some doctors don't fall into their criteria, their eligibility, so they go outside and buy private insurance.
Okay.
So that's when we as agents, we can help them get, and I specialize in medical malpractices,
Okay.
where doctors, if they don't fall in ISME, they can always approach us and we can get them covered.
So did I hear you correct? This is your specialty?
Yes.
Okay, very good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about flood insurance.
Flood insurance, some properties fall in the flood insurance, and when people are going and buying homes,
Okay.
the lenders, they will not allow them to buy the home unless they get the flood policies. Flood
Okay.
is not covered in your regular home policies. It's
Okay.
a separate policy. If the water is coming from outside,
Okay.
waters are different type.
Gotcha.
तो सीपेज होती है नीचे, वाटर जब लीकेज होती है आपके बेसमेंट में, सम पंप काम नहीं करता है, तो
Gotcha.
पानी ऊपर आता है from ground level.
Okay.
That's covered under your homeowner. But if it's flood, if the water is coming from outside, above ground,
Mhm.
so that's in flood zone. If your
Taking-
property is in flood zone.
I think Sunai flood insurance is a pretty high premium though.
Yes.
So that's what I meant. How do you make them affordable?
Flood policies are all
No.
they are all controlled by the carriers. The
Okay.
premiums are all controlled by carriers.
लेकिन कुछ ऐसा भी हुआ है कि I have dealt my own constituents because I've been in the public service, so I've been dealing with these issues with the homeowners in my district.
Mhm.
Flood zone, the homes were not in flood zone before
Mhm.
when they bought it, but now they are in flood zone.
Map revise होते हैं.
Okay, so
NFIP, they keep on revising their maps. So if your property is now in the flood zone, then you have to get flood zone.
okay,
I have even seen cases, even in retail, if it's a strip mall,
okay,
one shop is in the flood zone, the
Yeah,
remaining
those-
is not in the flood zone.
okay.
So the bank needs coverage for that shop itself.
Okay.
So they have to pay premiums for that. It's high. Sometimes it's really, you feel bad because they're just a tenant, they don't own the property.
Yeah, I know.
But then because of the equipment inside, if it's a restaurant,
Okay,
and the restaurant equipment, the bank needs to cover their equipment if there's flood.
right.
So they have to get those insurances.
Okay, so this is a good thing that you just mentioned about, unfortunately they are renter,
Yeah, and still they
but
have
they
to
still
get
have
those
to get.
coverages.
So let's talk about renter insurance, because there are so many tenants living in somebody's homes.
Yes.
They have to buy the renter insurance.
Yes, renters,
Can we
I
talk-
believe landlords need to make sure that their properties, the tenants have their own coverage.
Okay.
Any claim because of their negligence, the tenant's negligence, that their insurance company needs to pay, not the
Okay.
landlords.
I see.
So it will cover their belongings, the inside, whatever they have, their furniture,
Yeah.
their personal belongings.
Okay.
But then it's very important that they get their own coverage.
So how does it work? Say if I'm a building owner, okay,
Mhm.
I have to have insurance for my building, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so quite often, when we buy insurance for a building, it covers a lot of other personal belongings and everything else, right? But if the tenant does not have a renter insurance, the builder insurance will not cover that.
It will cover. It's not like the company will deny the claim if there's fire because of the tenant.
Uh-huh.
Gas on कर दिया, fire हो गया. The policy will cover the building, but it will not cover any belongings or any valuables of that tenant.
I see.
So that's his loss.
I
So
see.
there will be no coverage for the tenant, but the building itself will be covered, of course.
Okay. Well, I'll come back to you, Farooq, in a minute,
Sure.
but I have one more leading question.
It's very interesting.
And you could be very, very frank, because the community is watching and also listening to you. There are a lot more information that the community does not have, simply because there are no more disclosures. They're buying a property, they're doing all this, and they don't really know about the disclosures, right? Unless they have a good attorney or realtor.
Yeah, right.
And they stuck with something that they did not know, right? तो आप ये बताइए कि आप कम्युनिटी में अगर आपको कोई अप्रोच करता है कि भाई हमें तो इसके बारे में कुछ मालूम ही नहीं था, लेकिन अब फ्लड जोन हमें मालूम है कि ये फ्लड जोन में नहीं है, आप कैसे उसको एक्सेप्ट करेंगी?
अगर फ्लड जोन में नहीं है तो वो लोग काउंटी में जाकर दे कैन गेट द प्रूफ कि ये क्योंकि मैप्स जब रिवाइज होते हैं तो काउंटी में सारा कुछ होता है, आपकी जो भी विलेज काउंटी होगी, तो काउंटी से जाकर आप वो पेपर वर्क लेकर आए कि ये दिस इज नो लॉन्गर इन फ्लड जोन. They can show it to the bank and they can just remove that flood coverage. They no longer need flood coverage. But there are people who, just to secure their property, you never know.
Exactly.
Claim कब होता है, just to have that peace of mind कि कभी flood आए, so they still pay for those premiums. Even if it's not necessary, it's an option.
Okay.
When it's in a flood zone, you have to have insurance. But अगर नहीं है, तो एक option आपके लिए कि बस you never know, पानी अगर आ जाए, coverage होनी चाहिए. क्योंकि यहाँ पर तो सारी बिल्डिंग्स मोल्ड की वजह से और उसकी वजह से बर्बाद हो जाती है पानी की वजह से. So it's good to have that coverage. It's not, there's no harm in having that.
लेकिन मैं ये कह रहा था कि अब being individual, not knowing enough about the insurance, ठीक है ना, अगर वो होम इंश्योरेंस आपसे खरीद रहे हैं, ठीक है ना, पॉलिसी, तो आप ही उनको बताएंगे ना कि भाई कितना इंश्योरेंस आपके मकान के लिए चाहिएगा, how much it should cover for the dwelling cost and all of this, right? तो उसमें बहुत सारे endorsements ऐसे होते हैं, they simply don't know. तो आप उनको, do you really walk them through step by step कि आपके लिए इतना ज़रूरी है? अगर कुछ हो जाता है, for example, if their home's caught on fire, now they have to have enough living allowances. तो कैसे उसके बारे में बताइए, क्योंकि एक चीज़ मैं आपको और बताता हूँ कि फायर जब का केस होता है तो जो विलेज के जहाँ वो रहते हैं उनके कोर्ट्स चेंज होते रहते हैं. If the home was built in 20 years ago, now the court's been changed. If the coverage is not there and the house is being rebuilt because of the loss in the fire, they have to pay for that courts. तो ये कैसे आप उसको determine करती हैं कि
जब हम प्रॉपर्टी इंफॉर्मेशन कोटिंग में डालते हैं, इंफॉर्मेशन जब सिस्टम में एंटर करते हैं, काफ़ी कैरियर्स ऐसे हैं उनके सिस्टम इतने अब technology is evolved so much, they pull all the data for that property.
Okay.
और एक replacement cost वो लोग एक amount पर आते हैं.
अच्छा.
So as agents we cannot quote lower than the replacement cost.
Okay.
You can go a little higher but not lower. So company carriers उस value के हिसाब से फिर आपको premium pay करना पड़ता है.
I see.
फिर अगर आपके पास basement है, then you as agents, it's your responsibility to educate the client that you need this coverage.
Okay.
क्योंकि basement finished है, पानी आ गया, if you don't have any coverage, the claim is declined.
Right.
So you need to give water backup coverages and then replacement cost, additional replacement cost, roof replacement cost. ये काफ़ी ऐसी endorsements होती है जो आप add on करते हैं.
Okay.
Again, you have to discuss with your clients उनकी necessity क्या है. और फिर अगर जो आपका question था fire का,
जी जी,
कि fire जब होती है तो अगर आपकी building replacement cost पे हुई है, एक actual cash value होती है और एक replacement cost होती है.
Okay.
We as agents, we will advise our insureds to always go quote by replacement cost से आपका घर इंश्योर करें.
Okay.
So अगर लॉस होता है तो जो भी डिडक्टेबल है आपका, बस वही आपका नुकसान होगा.
I see.
You will end up paying that, but कंपनी बाकी पूरा आपको उस हिसाब से जिस वक्त वो आपका लॉस होगा उस हिसाब से वो उसको कैलकुलेट करेंगे and then they pay for the loss.
Smiley, hold your thoughts, Like we have to take a short break, and I'll come back to you as well for more questions.
Sure.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break. Thank you. वेलकम बैक नाजरीन. आइए हम अपने मेहमानों से कुछ और सवालात करते हैं इंश्योरेंस के हवाले से. तो फरूक भाई, आप बता रहे थे लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के बारे में, तो ज़रा से ये बताइए कि बहुत से जो मुलाजिम पेशा लोग हैं उनके पास ग्रुप इंश्योरेंस होता है एम्प्लॉयर की तरफ से लाइफ इंश्योरेंस.
Right.
तो क्या आप रेकमेंड करते हैं कि वही काफ़ी है या दे शुड कंसीडर?
बिल्कुल काफ़ी नहीं है.
अच्छा.
तो रीज़न इज़ जो भी ग्रुप कवरेज होता है उनको कम पैसों में तो मिलता है, but they only maximize like 1 time, 2 time or 3 times salary. They can't go more than that because there's restrictions. The other thing is, as soon as they leave that job, their insurance is no more active.
I see.
It's like only for a temporary period when you're working, and after that, as soon as you leave or whatever, then you don't have that coverage.
Group insurance? No, I don't think so. Let me ask you even detail. Group insurance, जो employer अगर जॉब छोड़ देते हैं किसी भी वजह से, तो group insurance is still offered to them with a higher premium.
With a higher premium. So then it's the same thing. You're going back and buying a new policy versus staying in that same group.
So in other words, आप यही कह रहे हैं ना कि भी it's not enough because once you left your work,
right, then you
can still continue your group insurance, the life insurance, with the higher premium.
With the higher premium.
So it is recommended to have a private policy.
I would go with the more private policy than staying with them, because now you have a choice. You can get different coverages, you can shop around for the same price. Okay. So it doesn't make any sense sticking with the same group.
Okay. अच्छा, बड़ा कॉमन जो क्वेश्चन है अमूमन 401k के हवाले से जाना जाता है. तो रिटायरमेंट जब आदमी कोई बात करता है तो 401k ज़हन में आता है.
Yeah.
अच्छा, इंटरेस्टिंग बात है कि मैंने बहुत से ऐसे दोस्त देखे हैं जिन्होंने 401k में पार्टिसिपेट ही नहीं किया.
मेरे हिसाब से
ज़रा
काफी अक्लमंद है.
401k के बारे में ज़रा बात.
401k का यूनुस भाई ये है कि when you have a good company, they offer you a matching contribution.
Okay.
So if you're putting 3%, they say, okay, we'll put 3% too.
Right.
And they take that money, they put it into market.
Okay.
The other thing with the 401k, you can't touch that money until you either turn 59 and a half,
okay,
or you retire.
Okay.
Then you can access that money. If you do before that, you get penalty.
Okay.
From IRS.
Okay.
और एक बहुत पते की बात मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. When you contribute in 401k,
right,
the money that you're contributing is tax free. So the small amount that you're putting in, there's no tax on it. When you take that money out,
lump sum,
then they charge you tax. So they're giving you free small amount,
right,
but they're charging you a big chunk when you take it out.
Right. So it's a taxable money anyway, right? Whether you take a lump sum now or after.
No,
Okay.
there's a difference. So with our program with IUL, the fund, when you fund this program, you're funding a pre-tax,
Okay.
after-tax money,
Right.
which is smaller. But when you're taking it out, you're taking without taxes. So you're
Right.
taking the big chunk out without paying any taxes.
Right.
So there's a totally opposite way of investing in either into 401k versus IUL.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's recommended if they don't need a lump sum withdrawal, it's better for them to roll over.
It doesn't matter if it's lump sum or partial or on a continual basis. You
Right.
still have to pay taxes.
Okay.
If they're taking out 40,000 a year, they're paying taxes on 40,000.
Right.
With our program, they're not paying on for taxes on that 40,000.
But if they're 401k savings,
Mhm.
when they leave the work,
Yes.
say for retiring,
Yes.
okay, they have an option to roll it over instead of withdrawing lump sum for their own use and pay
Yes.
the tax, right?
Rollover is the same thing. The preferred program that's out there, which is IRA
Okay.
and Roth IRA or whatever.
Right.
If you're rolling that over, they have the same criteria. You can't take your money out until you're 59 and a half.
Right.
And when you take out, you pay
You
taxes.
pay the taxes.
Yes.
Okay. It's 59 and a half where
Is
you
the
have to pay
retirement.
a penalty if you're withdrawing early, right?
Before that, yes, you pay a 10% penalty.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So, but you highly recommend that everyone should participate in 401k.
I would not.
You would not? Okay.
I would
why
not participate.
Okay.
Because, like I say, you're not paying taxes on a seed, but you're paying taxes when it's become fruit.
Okay.
So you're paying higher taxes in 401k.
Okay. Okay.
Versus with this one, you're not paying. You're paying taxes on a small one, but when you take it out, you're not paying any taxes.
I see. Okay. Well, I'll come back to you
Sure.
and we can talk about living benefits also.
Sure.
And maybe some about pensions also. But I want to ask Smiley before I forget the question. How do you reach out to your client? Do you believe in cold calling, or you have a database that you know that they are going to buy insurance from you for sure?
I don't believe in cold calling.
You don't believe in cold calling, okay?
They never. I don't think they work really, because for insurance you need to trust.
Okay.
There needs to be trust, and the person who does not know me, why will he give his property or his business to me?
Okay.
Right? That's my belief.
Okay.
So my business is mainly word of mouth.
Okay.
जब तक आपने अपनी वो सर्विस यूज नहीं की, आपने एक्सपीरियंस नहीं किया है, you will not refer
Okay.
me to anyone else, right?
Okay.
और मेरा पूरा business अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह it's been word of mouth,
Okay.
and because I get that positive feedback, people turn around and then अरे ये एजेंसी अच्छी है, and and I get all referrals. मुझे इन्होंने रेफर किया था, मुझे इन्होंने रेफर किया था.
Okay.
It's always referral.
Okay.
And alhamdulillah that business retains उसका ज़्यादा retention ज़्यादा होता है.
I see.
Renewal retentions are 95%. Alhamdulillah.
अच्छा. अभी शुरू में आपने बताया था कि you were thinking of maybe considering getting another license for health and life also.
Life only.
Right.
I want to join it now. Because
she
that's an interesting product, I believe.
Yeah.
You don't think about the long term, कि आगे क्या हो, because you're not seeing, right?
Right.
This is a really interesting product as well. So
Okay.
it complements with what I'm doing.
Okay.
It works very well.
So is it something that you thought about yourself, or the client asking you कि
I
आप ये भी
get-
हमें दे देना?
Yes, I get that all the time. आप life नहीं करती हो, health नहीं करती हो, but I'm so involved because my passion is more property and casualty, so I've been like too much into that.
Okay.
But then after meeting Farooq, he has encouraged me to join life as well. Like it's a good product, and I'm seeing the benefits.
Okay.
I myself I'm already a member now.
Okay.
So
Very-
inshallah, I'm
Very,
getting my license soon for
Very-
life.
very good. Just
I
so
can
you-
help my clients, right, who have businesses, big businesses, and they are looking for life insurances. So I want to help them out. Yes, why not?
Okay. Well, very good. Just so you know, I was talking to you earlier that I have my license
Yes.
for all 4 lines: life, health, property, casualty.
You should join us now.
You should be helping people too. Seriously.
Yeah, I
It's a-
never
it's
got
a-
a chance to practice, but I
Yeah.
think I'm probably going to do it in my private
Definitely,
life now.
definitely.
Yes, yes.
तो ये बताइए कि जब आप क्लाइंट से मिलती हैं या कोई आपको अप्रोच करता है, तो ऑब्वियसली जो लाइन ऑफ बिजनेस आपके पास नहीं है उसको आपको रिफर करना पड़ता है किसी
Right,
को,
right.
तो आप मेक श्योर करती हैं कि यू
Yes.
सेंडिंग देम टू गुड हैंड्स.
Yes, yes, I do make sure. और नहीं तो मैं उनको बोलती हूँ कि I'm sorry, I don't have anyone.
I see.
Unless I trust that person, I don't want to send them to someone who
Of course, yeah.
they are not even,
Okay.
So,
जी बताइए कि ये क्वेश्चन काफ़ी आता है कि जब गाड़ी का इंश्योरेंस तो उसमें लोगों को बड़ा मुश्किल होता है डिटरमिन करना कि when they should consider buying just a liability insurance versus comprehensive insurance. Is it because of older car or how does it work?
usually for older cars, people they don't want to buy because premiums negligible होते हैं. If you compare, लोगों को एक है कि प्रीमियम बहुत ज़्यादा है, but जितनी ओल्ड होती है कार उसके वैल्यू वैसे ही कम होती है.
Okay.
It's better to have at least minimum $500 or $1,000 deductible at
Right.
least. You'll get something, or Chicago weather. यहाँ पर तो slips and
Right,
because of snow
exactly.
and all, it's
Okay.
I will always advise के full coverage ले
तो
cars.
अब ये बताइए कि कॉम्प्रहेंसिव में और लाइबिलिटी में जो फ़र्क है वो क्या है?
Comprehensive collision coverage वो होती है कि आपकी कार की coverage है. So if at all you are in an accident, your car will also be covered.
Okay.
Comp is your car is just standing, ऊपर से झाड़ गिर गया या किसी ने आकर बस vandalize किया आपके कार को, तो वो comprehensive cover करेगी.
Okay.
Other than that, collision है, accidents हुआ है, collision cover करती है.
ठीक.
But if you have only liability, third party, then the other party is covered. आपकी
Okay.
कार की कोई coverage नहीं होती. Then you have out of pocket expense for your.
Okay. Okay. एक it's a general observation कि आपका कार एक्सीडेंट हो गया and you know that you're not at your fault, आपका कसूर नहीं है, वो पुलिस भी कह रही है रिपोर्ट में कि आपका कसूर नहीं है, ठीक है. तो अब आपकी कंपनी इंश्योरेंस कंपनी जो है वो दूसरी गाड़ी की इंश्योरेंस कंपनी they go after them, right?
Yeah, subrogate.
हाँ, तो इन द मीन टाइम जो डिडक्टेबल है आपकी गाड़ी जब रिपेयर होती है you pay your deductible
Right.
because we're getting repair from your own insurance company. तो वो deductible आपको वापस मिलता है?
Yeah, once the company subrogates the loss from the other carrier, they'll send it back to you.
Okay. Okay, so you do get.
Yes.
Okay.
But I would मैं तो ये advise करती हूँ कि अगर आपका fault नहीं है तो try to get the insurance from the other party.
Other party.
Why you want to get that claim from your company and then if at all
Okay.
subrogation नहीं जाता है, then
Okay.
you will end up with that deductible.
Okay. Okay. चलो ठीक है, मैं आपको ये बताना चाह रहा था कि वी गेटिंग क्लोज टू दी हम प्रोग्राम के इख्तिताम पे जा रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भाई आपको अपने लिविंग एक्सपेंसेस जो कह रहे थे लिविंग बेनिफिट्स के बारे में वो बताना है. तो मैं ये चाहूँगा कि आप जो हैं डायरेक्टली व्यूअर्स से मुखातिब होकर जो मैसेज देंगे अपने तजुर्बे और नॉलेज की बुनियाद पर, उससे पहले लिविंग बेनिफिट्स को कवर कर लें, फिर मैसेज दीजिए. इसके बाद फिर मैं अस्मा अली से कहूँगा कि वो मैसेज दीजिए. तो प्लीज़ टेल अस अबाउट योर लिविंग बेनिफिट्स.
So very very brief में बताता हूँ आपको कि if you have a life insurance, like I say, you only get the money when you actually passes away.
Right.
Living benefits is something that you still alive but you're sick and you got into some illness. You can get anywhere from 70 to 90% of the face value of the insurance.
Okay.
Like आपका insurance 1 million का है, so you can get almost like $700,000-800,000 when you sick, when you get ill. So that's basically what living benefits is.
Okay. If something happens, somebody dies, the family will contact you or go to company?
Normally they contact us because they only know my face and so they contact us and we direct them to the right direction.
Okay, very good. I think your viewers are very anxious to hear what you have to say as
Sure.
a message, please.
Yeah, I was going to say that we do every week we conduct education program to people to know about retirement planning, living benefits, kids education, and life insurance. So if you want, you can always feel free to contact and attend us, and we'll be happy to help.
Okay. Well, just to make sure that both of you, we will have your information, your contact information on the screen while it is being telecast. Would that be okay? Right?
That's perfectly fine. I will love to have.
मैं आपसे ही चाहूँगा कि आप मैसेज से पहले मुझे एक बात बताइए जो मुझे पूछनी थी कि आप अपने आप को कैसे प्रोटेक्ट करती हैं? डू यू हैव एरर एंड ओमिशन इंश्योरेंस फॉर योरसेल्फ?
I can't operate without that policy.
Okay.
Same thing
The
with us.
companies will not sign me up.
Okay.
I have to renew my policy every year.
Okay, very good. तो आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे हमारे व्यूअर्स को?
मैं बस ये अपनी एक्सपीरियंस के हिसाब से तो मैं यही कहना चाहूँगी कि डोंट बी अफ्रेड। इनिशियली मैं बहुत स्कैर्ड थी बिजनेस करने के लिए, इट्स अ टोटली न्यू फील्ड, बट अगर आपके पास, इफ़ यू बिलीव इन योरसेल्फ एंड इफ़ यू ट्रस्ट अल्लाह, प्लीज़ जस्ट गो अहेड। जो भी आप करना चाहते हैं, जस्ट हैव फेथ, इंशाल्लाह यू विल सक्सीड।
माशाल्लाह, वेरी गुड। well thank you so much अस्मा जी और फ़ारूक साहब, बहुत शुक्रिया आपके आने का। तो नाज़रीन, ये थे अस्मा अली और फ़ारूक रहमान, जिन्होंने इंश्योरेंस के हवाले से मुख्तलिफ एक्सपीरियंस की बुनियाद पे और उनकी ऑब्जर्वेशन की बुनियाद पे आप तक वो मालूमात पहुँचाई हैं जो शायद हमारे पास थी, लेकिन हो सकता है कि अब मुकम्मल हो गई। तो इंशाल्लाह अगले हफ्ते आपसे फिर मुलाकात होगी नए मेहमानों के साथ, नए टॉपिक के साथ। उस वक्त तक अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिए। अस्सलाम वालेकुम।